Hi everyone, it's me, Lubna. Today is Sunday, November 17th, 2024. This video is dedicated to my beloved, and the topic of this video will be about transcending moralistic judgment. And this topic came to my mind as I was reading the book that I'm currently reading, which is Letting Go, The Pathway of Surrender by David Hawkins, MD, PhD. And while I was reading this book, in the chapter titled Acceptance, there was a passage in which Dr. Hawkins talked about accepting our own past as well as accepting others for who they are and how they think without judging them. So I wanted to share that passage with you today in my video, and I'll show it to you first. So the passage is on that page and I've enclosed it in brackets. And I'll read it aloud to you now. Here it goes. In the state of acceptance, it is possible to forgive our own past, as well as that of others, and to heal past resentments. It is also possible to see the hidden gift in past events about which we have been resentful, including their possible karmic significance. From this level, it is possible to create a different context from which to view the past and thereby heal it. With the final completion of the level of acceptance, we feel secure about the future and can move on to the levels of love and peace. Reason and logic become tools for the fulfillment of that potential. Another characteristic of the level of acceptance is that we are no longer concerned with moralistic judgment, with good and bad. It just becomes obvious what works and what doesn't work. It is easy to see what is destructive and what is optimal without judging anything as evil. There is the elimination of guilt, which accompanies all judgments against others and ourselves. We then see the meaning of the statement, "Judge not, lest ye be judged." In acceptance, we have let go of the inner guilt-monger that found fault with even our most basic human drives. We can enjoy our physicality without moralistic aversion or compulsive self-gratification. We accept that others have come to their understanding of life and their ethical views in a way that makes sense to them, even if their beliefs and behaviors are quite different from ours. When we see the innocence in everyone, we can truly fulfill loving our neighbor as ourselves, and thus letting go has allowed us to reach a lofty goal without even the conscious attempt to do so. So that is the passage I wanted to share with you today from Letting Go. And as I said, in that passage, Dr. Hawkins first talks about accepting ourselves and accepting our own past without judging it and looking at everything that has happened in our past as good and seeing everything, no matter whether it was negative or positive in our initial perception of it, as a hidden gift in our lives. And then he goes on to talk about not judging others and accepting others for who they are and how they think and how they live their lives. And I wanted to talk about this in relation to the concept of religion and religious dogma. There are a lot of major world religions which are centered around a specific set of rules that they make their followers follow. And I am personally familiar with this concept because I grew up in a Muslim family and I had to attend school on Sundays to learn the Quran and learn how to read Arabic and learn all the rules of the religion. And I had also learned how to pray the right way and how to clean myself before I prayed and all of those specifics of the religion I learned when I was young. But as I got a little bit older and as I faced certain challenges in my life, particularly when I was a teenager and moving forward from that, such as during my early 20s, I realized that religion is not a one-size-fits-all thing, and everyone has their own reason for acting in certain ways or breaking certain rules. If they're told to follow certain rules according to a religion, perhaps those rules might not apply to that person's specific situation and what's best for that person and the community and the culture that that person has been growing up in. And I found this to be very true in my case. So, based on my personal experience and what I read in that passage to you by David Hawkins about transcending moralistic judgment, what I'm trying to convey to you is that we have to accept other people and accept them for who they are and how they think without telling them that they're right or wrong. And particularly in communities that are very religious, there's a tendency to judge other people before judging oneself, or trying to fix other people before fixing oneself and seeing one's own flaws. So based on all of that, I wanted to encourage you to be one of those people who is accepting of other people, no matter how they think, no matter who they are and what they believe in. Just accept them and know that perhaps the way in which they lead their lives is what is best for them. And you can't know what is best for another person. The only person that you know what is best for is you, yourself, because the only life that you're living is your own life. You're not living another person's life. And when we become accepting of other people, we stop not only making other people feel guilty, but we get rid of a lot of guilt within ourselves. And guilt is a feeling that can often lead to self-sabotage and unhealthful behaviors like addictions, because when you tell yourself or when you feel like you're doing something wrong, it makes you paradoxically want to do that thing more. But when you accept yourself and stop feeling guilty, you stop being so addicted to those unhealthful behaviors. So overall, that is my message about transcending moralistic judgment, or transcending the need to tell people whether or not they're right or wrong, including yourself, and not judging yourself as well. I hope that you have learned something very valuable from my video today, as always. And thank you so much for listening and or watching. And I'd like to wish you a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, or whatever it is, wherever you are in the world.